Welcome to Raoul's house. Yeah, not overly exciting today. Just a bit of caulking. And there's these minor cracks. There's another one there I can get, I think. Just tied him up, because I'm going to put all coving over this anyway. Because the join between the ceilings and the walls isn't good. It rarely is actually in most rooms. Unless you've got a brand new house, that is. And also now I'm just getting in some, because I can see I've missed bits at the top of the wall. I did paint around there, but I need a bit more, and then I shall roller these walls once more. So yeah, I'm not really going to do too much today because I don't know, I don't feel like it. Well, no, to be honest, I've got stuff to do at home really. I kind of need to catch up on that. But I thought I'd come in today, get a bit more paint on, because that gives it a chance to dry, especially that wall. See how patchy it is. Yeah, get some more paint on it, and go home and do my normal domestic stuff. But at the same time, I want to get a good clean up in here, you know. Everything tends to get covered in dust. I don't want that. Get these camping chairs out before they do. Yeah, and then we'll make some sort of progress. And I'm still trying to get, bane of my life this is. It's my service hatch. Right, but all cables, I think I mentioned this a few videos back, because the fuse box is right underneath these stairs. They all enter through there. But I'll tell you what, it's really awkward because the front of the step's there. So you have to go through this beam, down, straight down, and then back out again. I have not found an easier route. So I think probably in the week, though I didn't really want to do it, I'm going to probably have to lift more boards and see if I can make a much simpler route, because otherwise they're going to get cramped in here getting that many cables in. But I'll carry on with the painting for now, and then we'll do a bit of rollering. Therapeutic watching somebody else work, isn't it? Yeah, this, I don't know, the last few days, and as I say to everybody, you know, don't get overwhelmed by media coverage, because you'll find no shortage of people wanting to talk about it and have opinions. But to be honest, that'll just depress you. My advice is, this is the Prime Minister, who, I have to say, Boris is having to adopt socialist principles at the moment, isn't he, to protect the poor. But listen to Boris, listen to the experts, and don't listen to some idiot down the road who thinks he knows better. But what's kind of open-ended is the work situation, isn't it? Because, you know, I know people that work outdoors and don't come into contact with anyone, and really aren't sure whether they should be going to work or not, because the guidelines say stay at home. I mean, for instance, I've paid for carpets in here, and the carpet fitter's only too happy to fit them. But as he says, it will be just his luck. He starts, and some sort of do-good-all neighbour will come rushing out, taking pictures, say, this person's working. Well, yeah, so what if he is? There'll be nobody else in the house, it's an empty house. So I don't see as that's a problem. Comments below. Yeah, sort of controversial, isn't it, really? And, you know, there are other side effects of this as well. For instance, my girlfriend, yes, I do have one. He's about 140, 150 miles away, and the reality is that it could be, oh, that's not good, look at that. The reality is that I may not see it till September. You know, the current regulations governing our movements would indicate to me you can't really keep those going forevermore, because, you know, the country will just grind to a halt. But on the other hand, you know, we have to protect public health, don't we? So we've got to protect ourselves. So my guess is we'll get probably 3 to 4 weeks of this. Then the restrictions will be lifted slightly. Then they'll bring them back down again, because it's all about slowing the progress of this nasty virus until such times as we're in a position to give people a jab, you know. So that's what it is. It's really all about slowing it down, and hence the restrictions we've got. But you know, as I say, I find it a bit infuriating. I've got all my carpet booked in, can't have it put in, and yet there's no one here. It doesn't, you know, it's madness really. So there was something Chris Evans said, the DJ and TV presenter, when he was on Radio 1, and he said that 80% of the population is thick, and I wouldn't argue with that. But it didn't go down too well with the bosses at Radio 1, and I think that's why he got the sack ultimately. But it is true to a large extent. Some people you have to give very, very simple rules. I mean, look at this barbecue in Coventry a few days ago, and they just decided they're going to have a street party, and the only way the police could bring it to a halt was to kick the barbecue over. I mean, it's absurd, isn't it? So yeah, so the rules are fairly simple, but I think, you know, providing you use some common sense and you're not in contact with someone from another household, where's the problem in it? You know, I mean, if I really wanted to push it, I could say to the carpet fitter, well, look, I won't be in on Tuesday or whatever, here's the key, it's all yours for the day. And then, you know, 24 hours later, I come back. It's not an issue, is it? So there is a degree of common sense, but unfortunately, not everyone possesses it, do they? And as I was saying, my other half and I are separated by 150 miles, and it's tough on us. It's tough on both of us. You know, she's got enough on a plate in her life as it is. So without this on top, you know, I generally have quite a calming influence on her. She's much more hyper than me. Lovely girl, you know, I've always liked her, but this is particularly difficult for the pair of us because, you know, as humans, you know, contact is a very important thing for us. But unfortunately, that is exactly what the virus exploits. You know, it doesn't have any intelligence as such, but viruses are able to develop and replicate, and, you know, we are now in this position. It's just unfortunate that in China, hygiene was not what it could be. I'm not talking about the new Chinese, the present generation are pretty good. But the old Chinese, they, you know, don't like changing their ways, and they'll sit there and cut up meat in the street and all sorts of things. And as a species, we've got to be more vigilant. And you know, when I was young, I was always taught, you know, if you're going to cook chicken, cook it really well. Well, I always cook it till it falls off the bone. But you know, you hear cases of people that get salmonella because I don't know whether they have no idea how to cook. I think that probably that's it. They're used to everything in packets. But you know, what happened to public information films? This seems a prime time to use them. Anyway, my advice is listen to Boris. Listen to his experts. Listen to your local Citizens Advice Bureau. And don't sit and watch the news and listen to the radio all day. It's not going to help you. All it will do is just make you feel depressed. You You know, just stick to the advice that's been given. Strangely, yesterday when I was working here, I saw 3 youths, clearly not related, highly unlikely they all live in the same house, all walking along together on a day when we were told that was exactly what you shouldn't do. So anyway, I'm not going to dwell on this one. Just basic stuff, you know, and why I am where I am and why the carpet fitter can't come. And now I'm able to come because it forms part of my daily exercise. I wouldn't say it gets me out because I'm travelling in a car each way. But, you know, the house is empty this end, not a problem. And to my knowledge, I don't have the coronavirus, and I hope I don't get it. You know, I'm 61 now, so I'm not saying I'm vulnerable, but I'm likely to find it much tougher to fight against, you know. We've all got to be vigilant, haven't we? Am I tired of rolling with white emulsion? And actually, I've never mentioned this before, because you're probably wondering, why is he doing everything white? Well, really, it's about getting a clean canvas. I just figure if it's all white and it's clean, it's quite livable. And if, when I've been here a while, I decide I want everything sage green, unlikely, I can paint it sage green, but at least I'll have done all the prep, all the plaster would have soaked up any paint, and it'll be a doddle to paint over, or indeed paper. So that's why I'm doing everything white, although in here I'm going to do, not that colour, but I'm going to do the ceiling a cream, a pale cream, because it looks so good on white walls. It really does look nice, especially with COVID. Yeah, so anyway, tomorrow, I was hoping to do it today, but tomorrow I'm going to come and stick some paper on that bit at the bottom of the screen. I thought it'd be a good place to start, and working around the top of the bay. What do you think? And then I'll really only have the ceiling to concentrate on, which I will be doing. I don't know how much of it I'll be on a video. There'll probably be a lot of frustration and swearing. Yeah. Of course, what's really needed is, is Steve Pike. Get down, get down. Yeah, where is he when you need him? Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna. But it's not the most exciting. It's more of a chat really than anything else. I'm going to carry on rolling in complete silence, whistling to myself. But we'll call it a day from Noel's house, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Oh, don't forget, like or dislike. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.